and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. 2K Sports presents the NBA. You know, Brent, some players tend to start the season fast, and others start it slow. Which camp did you fall in?
Well, I appreciate the question, Kevin. I just personally wanted to come into the season ramped up and ready to go, in great shape and just setting a tone for the year. That not only does it for me, but I think it does something for your teammates. But there's another side to this. The seasoning of a player is also important. A guy 10 years into the league, they're going to work themselves into a lather, and given the level of contribution that they make to the team, they'll be ready when the moments are biggest.
And putting his opponents on notice, MP recently talked about winning his individual matchups, but not at the expense of the team. Some high-level goals indeed, guys.
And so far, so good, right? I know it's early in the process, but MP is taking his own words to heart. He's beating his man at both ends, which gives their team an advantage. So if the rest of his teammates can just hold their own, they're going to win a lot more games.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got George. He's out there with Edwards. Julius Randle is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Love in at the power forward. Time now to head over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Hey, Kevin, before the game, I asked MP if he had any concerns about his individual matchup in this one. He said, "I'm focused on doing whatever I can to help my team tonight. And that starts with being the best point guard on the floor." Those are the words of a true leader. Guys?
At that position, that is exactly what you need, DA. Thank you. Z can't get it to go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's Randle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The overall game of Julius Randle is impressive. He's gritty. He is in there giving it, Brent, his everything.
Yeah, Kevin, you think about that year where he averaged 24, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, the only other guys that did that were Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Giannis. All of those guys won MVPs. That's a heck of a list. And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
George passes to Love. This one for 3. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Z. Sinks the three-pointer. Z's got 10. And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance NB has shown recently, right? A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Outside, George. Back to Edwards. Pass to Randle. Out to the wing. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good, George.
It's a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
With the drive.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Randle kicks to George. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Z. Nailed from three-point land. 17 points in the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Back to Eason. Pass to Edwards. It's up a 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Takes a 3. And the Heat, another three.
Wow. I mean, 8 of 10 here in the first quarter.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. A different look for Miami. Ware's checked in, and Hero subbed in for Jaime Jaquez.
Substitution on the court.
It's Aldridge, high post. Sohan's there. 46 seconds left in the first. It's hauled in by Hero.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Rockets.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Hardy passes to Ware. Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Miami ahead as they end. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Hero out there with Z. Then there's Hardy. And it's Roddy in at the 4. It's the group on the floor for Miami. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Z in that last game against the Wizards was tremendous. He finished with 49 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. Just a fantastic night for him, the kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Davis surveying the floor. Fires for 3. And Ware pulls it down.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're going to grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced. And that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Rando comes in for McDaniels, and Tari Eason subbed in for Pierce.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Adebayo sends it back.
Are we sure that Bame's not wearing a watch out there? Perfect timing.
Here's C. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Shot by Eason, no good. For the Heat, their last game, a loss to Washington. And the shot goes down. Z's got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Davis with a screen on Hero. Edwards on target, drills it from way out there.
A good read by Edwards, playing at his pace and carving out space for that shot.
Z, good.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside Aldridge. It's Davis on the wing. Off target with his three.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Z, good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for the Heat. Hardy comes in for Hero. Timberwolves also changing it up. Love's checked in for Aldridge. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. And it's Keontae George in for Davis. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Love outside. To end the run, Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Z. And again, Miami with the triple.
They have a good plan going right now. They're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired. First three of the quarter and third overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And the Heat, another three.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple. And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
And here's George. 11 points in the game. Good on the bucket. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Z, good.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And so it's the Miami Heat holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll return shortly.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a... And now let's take a glimpse at some of the... And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Z.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, George out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Randall. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Love in at the 4.
Man, that's what they're looking for from Edwards. Scoring from all areas of the court, even mid-range, keeps the defense honest.
Pass to George. Rebounded by Hardy.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Z. Connects again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. George passes to Eason. George looking over the floor. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 15 points.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
There's the drive. Eason fires from the wing. Rebound by Sohan.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from Z. Z's got 55. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Z.
Basketball is one of the few sports where good offense beats good defense, and nobody has had better offense than him lately. I don't think there's anybody in the league that could have slowed him down on offense. He was unstoppable, to say the least. You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Miami shooting their second free throw attempt on the night.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%.
So, Greg, you played the point. In Create a Player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
And so George will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Miami's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50%. Another bucket! Wow!
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Well, he is tied for the 4th most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible. Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now the Heat with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Z. No good with the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George finds Randall. Outside, George. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Shot by Eason, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. For 3. Doesn't go that time.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Cranes the three-pointer.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
George passes to Love. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Heat have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. He got it again! Sensational! 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That 3 off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And the shot goes in.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
.15 seconds left in the third. Pass to Eason. Good on the triple. Eason's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Timberwolves.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. A nice shot by Aldridge. Here's Z. That shot misses. And there's a whistle. That goes on Z.
15.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And so it's the Miami Heat with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. Their defense. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Tyler Hero, also Z out there, and it's Larson in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And yep, another basket.
Unreal. He's got the fourth most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history. The Heat shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Now here's Pierce. He's guarded closely. It's rebounded by Roddy. And here are the Heat now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Edwards kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Davis. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Z. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hero against Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the league trying to get a bit more competition in the All-Star game. You got any ideas there?
Well, cash prizes seem to work well for the in-season tournament. Even a little something might help up the ante just a bit.
It's a pick by Love. Fires from deep. And Davis can't get it to go.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And got it! Another basket.
And that score moving him clear into third all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, G.A., you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about this guy for years. Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Z. Yet another bucket.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for second place for points. What an unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. But this is the closest anybody has ever come. And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And it's Davis missing. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Good! Another from 3.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride
connects again from distance.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Z.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Lonzo Ball is checked in for the Heat. Tari Eason's checked in for Minnesota.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team.
Here's Z, and again for 3.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. Edwards, no good.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue.
Good, another from 3.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the bar. Higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can. So, after a tremendous performance, let's go to center court to hear from MP himself.
Man, this hasn't even sunk in yet. On a night like this, setting the record for points in the game, you're so in the zone that it feels like everything is just effortless. But it's not. There's a lot of hard work that goes into this. So credit to my coaches, my teammates, everyone coming up that helped push me, my family, my friends, haters, defenders. Every one of those points scored tonight, this is for y'all. Everything that I do is. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Well said by MP. Bravo, MP. Accepting this honor while staying focused on the 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Miami foul. Number 15. Fourth personal foul. Third team foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards.
And so he makes both from the line. Hero the bounce pass. Lets it go with a 3. Z can't get it to go. And there's a whistle. It goes on Z. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. That's good from George.
George. 2.
Good on both. Here's Z. Going inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw